Hello, and welcome to the Introduction to C++ Programming training course. My name is Mike McMillan, and I will be your instructor. Let me start out by telling you a little bit about myself. I have 25 years programming experience using languages such as C++, Java, Visual Basic, and JavaScript. I have 13 years experience as an instructor of computer information systems at Pulaski Technical College, and I've been an adjunct instructor of information science at the University of Arkansas at Little Rock for the past 6 years. Besides teaching, I am also a textbook author and have written 6 computer programming books, including one on C++ programming, one on C# programming, one on Java programming, and a couple of books on Visual Basic programming. Now let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to cover in this course. Because this is an introductory C++ programming course, we will start out by discussing the standard C++ data types, which include strings for textual data, integers for whole numbers, double for floating point numbers, and Boolean for true-false values. After we've discussed data types, we can then talk about how to create and use variables to store data in our programs. Once we've learned about variables, then we can move on to how to create and write arithmetic expressions with the arithmetic operators available in C++. The next topic will be making decisions with if statements, which allows our programs to alternatively execute statements based on the value of a relational condition. After talking about making decisions with if statements, we will then talk about performing repetition with while and for loops. Loops allow us to repeat programming statements over and over again. Next, we will talk about creating and using functions. Functions allow us to create modular programs that are easier to debug, easier to understand, and are more efficient. Next, we'll talk about object-oriented programming, which allows us to create classes and objects that make our programs even more efficient and effective than just using functions alone. Next, we'll talk about vectors and arrays, which are data structures that allow us to store multiple values using a single variable name. After vectors and arrays, we'll talk about creating pointers, which allow us to write more efficient C++ programs, and we'll end the course with a section on file processing with text files. In my next video, I'll discuss what environment you need to be able to start learning C++ programming.